Hi students, welcome to Structural Engineering Lectures and welcome to the new playlist on Designer Shield Structures Limit State Method conforming to IS 800 2007 code. In today's class we shall see the designs of the bolted bracket connection designs subjected to eccentric loading, bracket type 1 and type 2 bracket connections, wherein we will see a few solved problems, right? Like this, using the ordinary black bolts, right? This is a bracket type 1 connection, student, as well as this is the bracket type 2 connection, right? Both of these problems we will see, right? Whereas in the previous class we have seen the designs of the bolted connections using high strength friction grip bolts, these, right? Even we have discussed combined shear and tension, the bolts subjected to combined shear and tension, and also the bolts subjected to the prying forces, like this prying forces, right? Therefore I hope you are enjoying the discussions on our YouTube channel, right? If you are really enjoying the discussions, don't forget to click like, comment, subscribe and share to our YouTube channel, right? Now before we go for the actual discussion, student, now let us see the brief profile of mine. That is how this is Dr. D. Rupesh Kumar. Dr. D. Rupesh Kumar, obtained my BTech Civil Engineering from Nagarjuna University in 1994 and MTech Structural Engineering from JNTU Hyderabad in 2000 and PhD Structural Engineering from JNTU Hyderabad in 2009. Right? Presently, I am working as Associate Professor in Department of Civil Engineering, University College of Engineering, Hyderabad, Telangana State. Right? I have an experience of 27 years, of which 7 years is in industry and 20 years is in teaching and research at graduate, postgraduate levels. My research areas include reinforced cement concrete designs, steel designs, structural analysis, front element analysis, orthopedic engineering, bridge engineering, structural optimization. I have published 45 research papers in international and national journals and conferences, organized 3 international conferences and 11 national conferences and workshops, attended 43 workshops, visited 2 countries, delivered 13 guest lectures, edited 3 books, supervising 14 PhD scholars, and supervised 30 ME scholars. Right? I'm actively involved in various consultancy works that are offered by the department and completed over 750 design proof checks and 150 designs of RCC, steel, composite, low-rise, high-rise, multi-story buildings and road as well as rail bridges. Right? Now, once we see this brief profile, student, let us move to the today's discussion. Right? This is how we'll see the designs of the bolted bracket connections subjected to the eccentric loading, right? Once we examine that, now let us go quickly to the type 2 bracket connection, student, right? I hope you are enjoying the discussions, right? Now next problem is the design of the type 2 bracket connection, right? Design a bracket connection to transfer the end reaction of 225 kilonewton factored load acting at an eccentricity of 300 mm from the face of the column at flange, right? Design bracket bolted uh, using T section. Use 4.6 grade bolts, 4.6 grade bolts with ordinary black bolts, and use Fe410 grade steel. Right? This is how the schematic given shown. Now let us also, right, here 225 kilometer load is acting from the flange of the column at a distance of 300 mm. Please make note of this, right? The difference, right? And this is the bracket plate, right? Supporting this 225 kilonewton load, 225 kilonewton load. However, the bolts are provided in a plane perpendicular to that of the applied movement. Right? The bolts are there on this plane, whereas movement is there applied on a quite perpendicular plane. Therefore, this is what called the type 2. Bolted bracket connection, right? Right? Now this is how we need to design. This, right? Now what is given is we need to design this. Therefore, however, what is already given is that you just use 4.6 grid bolts, no diameter is given. Therefore now I'm assuming, this is my assumption, assuming that diameter of the ordinary black bolt, this ordinary black bolt, as say 24 mm, 24 mm, right? Therefore from just now we have seen from table 19, page number 73, that the diameter of the hole will be 2 mm extra, right? 2 mm extra, like this, right? Therefore from this table I do have, right, 2 mm, even for 24 mm also 2 mm extra only, right? 2 mm extra only, right? Once I examine that, the diameter of the hole is equal to 26 mm, 24 plus 2 is equal to 26 mm. And also from IS 1367, page number 9, or even you can say net area of the bolt is 0.78 multiplied by the gross area of that bolt, pi by 4, 24 square. It works out, so approximately 353 mm square, right? Now I want to design the bolts, right? However, if I go to IS 800 class 10.2.2, page number 73, I do have the let me go to the page number 73 student, right? The pitch should not be less than, this one, right? The minimum spacing should not be less than 2.5 times nominal diameter of the fastener, and maximum spacing should not be more than 32 times T or 300 mm, and whereas it shall not be more than 16 times T or 200 mm for whichever is minimum for tension steel, whereas it shall not be more than 12 T or 200 mm, whichever is less for compression member. That is how the minimum and maximum pitch distances, and also that of the edge distances, right? What the code says is that it should not be a minimum edge distance of 1.5 times the hole diameter in case of rolled or machine frame cut or sawn or plain edges, right? Therefore using this now, let me say, therefore pitch should not be less than 2.5 times nominal diameter, not gross diameter. Please make a note of this, student, right? Therefore that works out 60 mm, or let us say pitch is equal to 65 mm. However, edge distance should not be less than 1.5 times the nominal diameter, the diameter of the hole, it works out 39, but let us say 40 mm, 40 mm. Now just now we have seen how to calculate the bolt value, student, even in the previous problem, right? The first one is the strength of the bolt in single shear. You please see that even the the bolt plane, right, is connected to the flange of the column, right there. And you have only a single plane of the shear, this one, right? Therefore this is only one weak plane or one single shear plane. Therefore these are under single shear. Hence the strength of the single shear as per this class 10.3.3, just now you have seen in the previous problem also, is now given by VDSB is equal to Fu divided by root 3 gamma MB NS multiplied by A and B. Substituting the numeric values, now you will get 65.22 kilonewton approximately, right? Now next, even as per this class 10.3.4, page number 75, just now we have seen that the bearing capacity of the bolt is given by 2.5 kb dt multiplied by fu, right? Even just now there also we have seen that what is kb, right? It worked out zero point 0.5 here. For this problem it works out 0.45 in a similar fashion, right? And for substituting the other numeric values, right, now I'll get the bearing strength of the bolt is equal to 108. Therefore the bolt value is now governed by the single shear criteria, which is 65.2, not that of the 108. Please make note of this, student, right? Not that of this one, right? Now whereas in the above formula, T is the thickness of the minimum thickness of the plate, right? Minimum thickness of the plate. Now we are saying that the thickness is equal to 10 mm, right? 10 mm, right? Therefore that is how the bolt value is now calculated as 65.2. Whereas even now I'll go to the top of this class 10.3.5, page number 76, student. Then what is the design tensile strength of the bolt? That is now given by this formula, student, right? Where let me just revisit that, right? This is how that formula, right? TB should be less than or equal to TDB, where TDB is equal to TNB divided by gamma MB, where TNB is the nominal tensile capacity of the bolt given by 0.9 FUB multiplied by N. It should be less than FIB ASB multiplied by gamma MB divided by gamma M naught, right? And even the bolts subjected to combined shear and tension. In the previous class you have seen that one, right? That is equal to VSB divided by VDB whole square plus TB divided by TDB whole square. That should be less than or equal to 1. For further discussion on this problem, you just see the previous video student. There we have discussed a numeric problem based upon these combined shear and tension. Combined shear and tension. You just revisit that problem, right? Therefore, now I'll calculate using that first formula, right? 0.9 multiplied by FUB 400 multiplied by this AN, net area of that bolt. Net area of the bolt is equal to 353. Right? Now that works out, say 127.08, whereas it should be less than FIB multiplied by ASB multiplied by gamma MB divided by gamma M naught. However, that value works out 128.4 kilonewton. However, 127.08 is less than 128.4. Therefore, okay, that nominal tensile capacity of the bolt 127.08 is okay. That divided by partial safety factor 1.25. That gives the design tensile capacity of this bolt in tension criteria. Right? Now that is all. Therefore, that works out 101.67 kilonewton. Then I'll calculate the number of bolts required in one row, because we are providing in two rows. Let me just revisit to this figure, student. Right? This is how we are providing in two rows. Right? This is our one row, and as well as this another row. This problem we are discussing, student. Right? This problem we are discussing. Right? This is how we are putting in two rows. Hence, if we are putting in two rows, then how? Right? These bits and these end distances just now we have calculated, right? Therefore, then this formula n is square root of 6m divided by n prime b multiplied by p, where p is the pitch, b is the bolt value, and n prime is the number of rows of the bolts. There are two rows. There are the two rows just now I have shown in the picture. Right? This is how one row, another row. Therefore, there are the two rows. In which the bolts can be provided. N prime is equal to 2, and m is the bending moment. That is how. That is nothing but that load multiplied by that eccentricity, right? Multiplied by 10 to the power 6 Newton mm. That would be 65.2 10 to the power 3. Therefore, now the 10 to the power 3 cancels, leaving to 10 to the power 3 in the numerator, right? Under root of this, it works out 6.91, so approximately 7 in each row. 7 plus 7, 14. 7 plus 7, 14 number of bolts will be provided, right? In two rows, right? That is how. Now I'll say that is how from the end of this one. Now let me show this, right? Therefore, from this end to the very first first bolt, this is what called end distance 40 mm, right? Rest of this one is 65 mm, so on and so forth, right? That is how. Now I'll calculate what are those distances, right? Therefore, that is how. The first one is 40 mm, next one is 40 plus 65, right? Third bolt is there at 40 plus 2 multiplied by 65, so on and so forth, right? And that plate is ending, right? That plate is ending here, right? Now beyond that plate is ending here. Whereas that extreme bolt from the bottom of this plate, right, is there at a distance of small h. Now I'll calculate what is the small h, right, from this figure. Therefore, this is what small h, from the bottom of this plate up to the up to the center of this bolt. Therefore, from this now I can calculate that depth of the bracket plate, small d or capital H is equal to, between 7 bolts 6 pieces are possible, and there is one end distance and also another one end distance. Therefore, two end distances. Therefore, there is a the total depth of this bracket plate, this depth of this bracket plate, student, right? Now, no, not this one, right? This depth, right? This depth of this bracket plate, that is small dr capital H, right? That now works out a value, say 470 mm, but the depth of the topmost bolt from the bottom of the bracket plate, the bottom of the bracket plate is equal to that minus that end distance, right? 470 minus 40, that works out 430. However, it is assumed that the neutral axis of this bolt group will be lying at a distance of h by 7 from the bottom of the bracket plate, therefore this small h, 470 divided by 7, 430 divided by 7, 61.43 from this bottom at a distance of 61.43 here, at a distance of 61.43, here is the neutral axis, and this is how the neutral axis, right? Then I'll calculate what are these distances from the neutral axis. In the compression zone, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 number of bolts are there. In tension zone, sorry, in tension zone there are 6 number of bolts are there. In compression zone, 1 bolt is there. Therefore, what is that first bolt which is under in tension? It is at a distance of y1. The second bolt is at a distance of y2, so on and so forth, y3, right? y4, y5, and last one is that of the distance of y6. Now I calculate them from this figure. They now respectively works out, right? y1 is equal to 65 plus 40. y65, 65 is the pitch and 40 is this one. That minus this h by 7. H by 7 just now we have calculated 61.43. It works out, say 43.57. Therefore, y2 is nothing but that y1 plus one pitch, right? It works out 103.57. So on and so forth. If you calculate y3 is nothing but y2 plus another pitch, 173.57. y4 is y3 plus another pitch, 65 mm. That works out 238.57. y5 is equal to y4 plus one pitch, 65 mm. 303.57. y6 is y5 plus 65 mm, 368.57 mm respectively. Therefore, now I calculate summation of all these yi's. I is equal to 1 to 6 yi. However, there are two rows of the bolts. Therefore, outside 2 multiplied by y1 plus y2 plus so on and so forth up to y6 multiplied by 2 outside, because there are two rows. That works out, say 2972.8 mm, and summation of yi square, where I is equal to 1 to 6 in 2 rows. Therefore, 2 multiplied by y1 square plus y2 square dash up to the last value, right? 368.57 square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number of bolts are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 6 bolts are there. You guys have 6 bolts are there in tension, right? Like this, 6 bolts are there in tension, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts are there in tension. Only 1 bolt is there in the compression, right? Therefore, we have calculated all those 6, right? Therefore, it's a summation. yi square will work out 6.575 10 to the power 5 mm square. Therefore, the moment resisted by the bolts in tension, right, is given by this m prime. M prime is equal to m divided by 1 plus 2h divided by 21 summation of yi divided by yi square. If you substitute numeric value, student, in terms of Newton mm units, now say m is equal to that p multiplied by e, 225 multiplied by 300 multiplied by 3 divided by 1 plus 2h, h is equal to 430 to 21. Just now we have seen what is summation of yi and yi square. If I substitute and if I divide with 10 to the power 6, now I get in terms of kilonewton meter as 58.49 kilonewton meter. Therefore, the tension in the extreme bolt, the tension, right? Now let's see this schematic, this figure, student, right? Not this one, right? Not this one, right? Yes, that is now just now I calculated, right? 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Whereas these are in tension, right? This h by 7 we have seen, right? That is how the exaggerated view. These bolts will be under tension, right? This is how the extreme bolt which is under the maximum tension, right? Because it is far away from the CG axis. Therefore, this is subjected to maximum tension. Therefore, what is the distance? That distance is nothing but y6. That y6. Therefore, that is subjected to maximum tension. Therefore, now that tension in that extreme fiber bolt is TB is equal to m prime y6 divided by summation of yi square. Substituting the numeric values, now I get 58.4 9 10 power 6 multiplied by 3 63.58 divided by 6.575 10 power 5. That divided by 10 power 3, now it works out, say 32.79 kilonewton is the tension in the extreme bolt. However, just now we have calculated the design tensile strength of the bolt, means it can carry up to 101.66 kilonewton. However, in the extreme bolt, I do have only 32.79 kilonewton only. Therefore, the actual tension is much less than the permissible tension. Therefore, it is okay in individual check. Similarly, let us also these bolts, right? These bolts, what now just now shown, these bolts are not only under the tension but also they are subjected to shear force. They are also shearing. Now let us calculate what is that shear force to it. Therefore, the actual shear force is nothing but Vs is the total shear force divided by total number of bolts in 2 rows. 14 bolts are there. Therefore, 225 into 14, it works out 16.07 kilonewton only. Whereas we have already seen that in the bolt value or in single shear, the bolt value, or the single the strength of the bolt in single shear is 65.22. Therefore, 16.07 actual shear is much less than the permissible shear in single shear, right? 65.22. Therefore, these are okay in individual checks, right? Once these are okay in individual checks, student, then what I'll do is I'll go to this class just now I explained from class 10.3.6, the combined from page number 76, combined shear and tension, right? Therefore, this formula just now we have seen, right? Vs B divided by Vd B whole square plus TB divided by TdB whole square should be less than or equal to 1. Therefore, if you substitute the numeric values in that, now you get 16.07 divided by 65.22 whole square plus 32.79 divided by 101.66 whole square. That works out just 0.165, which is much less than 1. Therefore, this connection is safe. What is asked in the problem is, right? What is asked in the problem is design the bracket connection to transfer the end reaction of 225 kilonewton. Therefore, we already in the very first step we have proposed these many number of bolts, student, right? Like this, right? These many number of bolts, right? 7 plus 7, 4 number of bolts. Later onward, we have checked that these 7 plus 7, 14 number of bolts are okay in individual tension criteria, right? Like this, individual tension criteria as well as individual shear criteria, both, as well as the combined shear and tension criteria, Therefore, my final design is okay, means hence provide 7 plus 7, 14 24 mm dia bolts, 14 24 mm dia bolts as shown in the figure. Now like this, just I am schematically I am just showing some 6 bolts, right? Some 5 plus 5 10 bolts, but you provide now 7 plus 7 as shown in this figure, right? This is how the design of this type 2 bracket connection, student. I hope now I hope you enjoyed the discussions what we had in today's class, student, right? If you have really enjoyed the discussions, then right, don't forget to click like, comment, subscribe and share to our YouTube channel, right? In the next class we shall meet with another discussion on the design of stiffened seated bolted connections subjected to eccentric loading, right? Till then, bye bye students.